So in the last lecture we had stopped on this topic and we had found the moment of resistance for limit state method. Now we will talk about the balance section as we had already discussed it in the working stress method as well, but here I am changing the definition a little bit. It is a section in which the permissible strains in steel and concrete both reach together for a given cross section and loading. In working stress method, the definition that we used was, it is a section in which the permissible stresses in steel and concrete both reach together. Here instead of stresses I have used as strains. For a balance section, as you can see, both the strains, maximum value of strain in steel and concrete will reach together. So for concrete the maximum strain is 0.0035 and for steel it is 0.002 plus Fy upon 1.15 into ES, correct? So I'll draw a strain diagram where top I'll show 0.0035 and here bottom it will be this value. And this is a triangle, like there are two triangles in this which are in proportions or which are in ratio. So of course this neutral axis would be called as X balance because it's a balance section, and this will be D minus X balance, correct? So in triangles, using the proportionality, X balance divided by 0.0035 is equal to D minus X balance upon 0.002 plus Fy by 1.15 ES. What I want to find here is X balance. So I will try to separate it out. So when I simplify this, it is something like this, and X balance I get this value 0.0035 into D divided by 0.002 plus Fy divided by 1.15 ES plus 0.0035. Now ES we can substitute. ES is nothing but modulus of elasticity of steel. So ES is 2 into 10 raised to 5 megapascals, correct? So if I put this value here, what I will get is this equation. Okay, now in this entire equation you see the only one thing which is dependent on material is Fy. There is no concrete in this. Nowhere FCK is involved, only Fy is involved. So if I put a value of Fy as 250, 415, 500, and if I solve this entire equation, for 250 I get that my balance neutral axis is 0.53 times D. For 415 it is 0.48 times T, and for 500 it is 0.460, and this is given in IS 456 on page number 70. So as compared with working stress method, in working stress method the balanced neutral axis was dependent on both materials, concrete and steel, right? X balance was for WSM, X balance, if you remember, it was K into D, where K was M sigma CBC divided by sigma ST plus M sigma CBC. So sigma CBC is nothing but concrete, sigma ST is steel. But in limit state method, it is dependent only on the grade of steel that we are using, and this is because we are limiting the strain values instead of stress values. And you see here in strain diagram it is dependent on which grade of steel we are using, but for concrete we have only this one value which is irrespective of any grade of concrete we use, hence only dependent on grade of steel. Now the moment of resistance for this limit state method is 0.36 FCK BXU into D minus 0.42 XU. Instead of XU I put X balance. So X balance, and since X balance is different for each grade of steel, again this moment of resistance for balance section will be different for each grade of steel, and if you substitute these values here, this is what you are going to get. For 250 it is 0.148 FCK BD square, for 415 it is 0.138 FCK BD square, and for 500 it is 0.133 FCK BD square. You will have to remember these values. First of all is the balance neutral axis values, and second is moment of resistance for a balance section. These short formulas you'll have to remember. Moving on to the next one, which is under reinforced section. It is a section in which the permissible strains in steel reaches maximum first and the concrete does not reach its maximum strain. So the strain in steel is going to reach maximum. Again, this I had explained in WSM. This happens because we are providing less reinforcement as what is required for a balanced section. Under reinforced means that only. Under reinforced means we are providing lesser reinforcement as what was required for a balanced section, and hence we are making our steel weaker as compared to concrete. Since steel becomes weaker, it will reach its yield point first, or it will reach its maximum strain value first, then concrete. So you can see here that our steel has reached its value, but concrete did not, and concrete is at some intermediate strain value. Let's say it is epsilon c, some strain in concrete, and the strain diagram will also get modified. You see now the neutral axis has shifted up above, and this is the strain value in concrete, this is the strain value of steel, and XU has become less than X balance. So what we can say is that for under reinforced section, when XU becomes less than X balance, it is basically for when XU becomes less than X balance, it is under reinforced section. Correct? Now how to find X balance? X balance can be found from these formulas. For a particular grade of steel, you would be knowing that effective depth, and for that effective depth we will be getting our X balance. How to find XU? In working stress method, if you remember, for finding XU, we equated the area of compression and area of tension. But here, we equate the compressive force to the tension force. In limit state method, to find XU, we equate compression force to tension force. So what is the compression force? If you remember, this is 0.36 FCK BXU, and this is 0.87 F5 AST. Correct? So when I equate these two, the only thing that would be unknown would be XU, because B width we would be knowing. The grade of concrete, grade of steel, and area of steel will be known. XU is unknown. So XU is 0.87 F5 AST upon 0.36 FCK-B. So this is the formula using which we will be finding our XU, and when we compare it with the X balance, we'll know that whether it is an under reinforced section or an over reinforced section. The moment of resistance would be the same using that formula, 0.36 FCK BXU D minus 0.42 XU, or 0.87 Fi EST D minus 0.42 XU. Here the XU will be whatever you get by equating C is equal to T. That XU, that is the actual neutral axis of under reinforced section. Talking about the over reinforced section, it is a section in which the permissible strain in concrete reaches maximum first and the steel does not reach its maximum strain. So when we compare this, we can see that the strain value of concrete reaches first, but the steel does not reach, and it is at some intermediate value of epsilon s. So again this strain diagram will be changed, and we have the maximum strain value of concrete here and some intermediate strain, maximum strain value of concrete and intermediate strain value of steel. And you see that XU is greater than X balance. So for over reinforced section, we can say that our XU will be greater than X balance. But in LSM limit state method, over reinforced sections are not allowed. Very, very important thing, over reinforced sections are not allowed. Thus, what we can say is that we cannot allow XU to be greater than X balance. The meaning, the implication of this statement is what? That we cannot allow XU to be greater than X balance. So what we do, we limit so XU is limited to X balance, that is we limit this neutral axis to X balance. We do not allow it to go beyond X balance, or we do not allow it to be greater than X balance. So if we ever get XU greater than X balance, we will equate both of them, that is we will make XU equal to X balance. So that is neutral axis can assume a maximum value of X balance, correct? So X balance is the maximum value that any neutral axis can have. So what I can say, I can also call this X balance is equal to XU max. Hence X balance is also referred as XU max. I will just repeat my statements again, that for overinflow section, since they are not allowed, we cannot allow our XU to become greater than X balance. Hence we make XU equal to X balance. By this, what we can say, that X balance is the maximum neutral axis depth that we can have. So henceforward we will not be referring it to as X balance, I will call as XU max. That is, this is XU max. Okay. And again, since we are not allowing XU to be greater than XU max, so for overinflow section we will have to substitute XU as XU max here, since we equated both of them, since I made XU equal to XU max. And when I put these values here, I can say that my moment of resistance can be called as MU max. So the MR balanced that we had found in the balance section, that can also be called as MU max, because it is the maximum moment of resistance that can occur. Listen to these words very carefully. It is the maximum moment of resistance that can occur for a singly reinforced cross section. Singly reinforced cross section means that we have reinforcement only on tension side. And if this is the scenario, this is the tension side, this is the compression side, right? If we have main reinforcement only on tension side, that is called as singly reinforced section. Okay, singly reinforced section. And for a singly reinforced section, the maximum moment of resistance that it can offer is these values. We also have doubly reinforced sections, which we will be learning later on, where you have your main steel here on top also. Okay. And when you provide your main steel on top, this the total moment of resistance of your cross section will exceed your MU max. That is why I said that this MU max is the maximum moment of resistance only for your singly reinforced section. When we provide doubly reinforced section, the moment of resistance increases. So this is for today's lecture. In the next lecture, we'll be starting with ultimate load method. Till then, take care. Thank you.